Watch your play. This could be tough. That's it.
Yeah, but I didn't know, like, because I knew the guy was going to throw the pass. He did. doubt. Probably not. But I think we dropped 68 in Thompson. But, and then the first couple with, that was surprising. I wish he was going to start. So did I. I was hoping. Because, like, name on our team last year? Transfer from top. Jen Wixon. Left-handed too. Yeah, so he goes to that goes to cut off. So he's got weak legs. He's all like, you said that? He's gonna throw it over his shoulder like a line drive. Like rockets into the like 18th row, man. Nice. Here we go, awesome game. Houston, man. New Raptors. They're a lot more excited to look at. Yeah? one day's tough, man.
He's gonna have it, Kevin.
Toronto foul, number 14, Molly Peck, and her third personal foul, the team 8. Credit Pizza to the penalty.
See the what?
Jackson's maybe their best player, but Smart's their most important player. They're high level.
Welcome to Porter Hall here on the campus of the University of Ottawa, where we have a dandy for you tonight. It is the OUA East Women's Basketball Championship, and it's taking place between the number 1 seeded Laurentian Lady Vs and their hated rival, the number 3 seeded Queens Golden Gales. How did they get here? The Laurentian Lady Vs came in last night and beat the Carleton University Ravens 59-49 in a game much closer than the score. As far as the Queens Golden Gales are concerned, they come in after an 89-72 victory over the University of Toronto Blues in a game paced by Jacqueline Baudouin with 29 points. The Queens comes in 0-2 against Laurentian Lady V, so they're going to have to step it up tonight. For the call of tonight's game, we're going to send it over to Susan Snyder and Neil Turcotte, who'll give you the starting lineups and the opening tip.
Well, a rendition of O Canada delivered to you here at the Montpetit Hall, home of the Ottawa U GGs, and former Ottawa U GG Susan Snyder joining me today to do color commentary. And Susan, I know you're very comfortable in this position, so therefore I'm going to put you on the spot right away and ask you what kind of game can we expect here from these two squads?
Sure, Neil. Thanks. Thanks for the intro. I think as per most playoff games, it's probably going to start out a bit slow. Laurentian won both regular season games against Queens this year. And, you know, they're going to need to get Shauna Conway going. She is their #1 player. She was the MVP of the league. She's on the All-Star team. And from Queens' side, you know, they have 3 good players, 2 guards, Jacqueline Baudouin and Heather Box, who are, you know, good scorers, good defensively. So we'll see how they go. I think Queens has a bit of a quicker pace, and Laurentian's going to try and slow it down a bit and really get into their offense.
Well, Laurentian's Blackadder starts with the ball in the corner. Tries to dump it down low, trying to go to the hoop is Eves. Eves kicks it out far side. Into the hands of Conway. Conway looking for a lane, can't find it. Now looking for the option. Gets it in the hands of Eccles. Eccles drives to the net, puts it up off the glass, and it's rebound taken by Queens. Queens bringing it back up the floor quickly. Now slowing things down just slightly on the side is Pratt. Pratt down in front to Baudouin. Baudouin, the decision maker, looking for her shot. Tight coverage, slowly trying to work it around the horn to get it up top far side. Queens wearing the white, Laurentian wearing the yellow. Shot in tight, off the rim, to the side, and still in play. Toss ball, and somebody's out of bounds over there. And they're saying it's Queens out of bounds, Laurentian ball. And back comes Laurentian. Looks like both teams a little nervous off the start.
Yeah, I think so. Laurentian is packed with rookies this year, so I mean that's going to be a really big factor in this game. If their young players are going to be able to come out and calm down their nerves a bit and just put the ball in the hoop.
Well, female coach of the year, John Campbell, had said that about his squad, the 7 rookies had played well all season, but he's worried about the consistency in a big game and their motions. And we're seeing emotions here as Queens comes up. Shot from the top of the key, and it's good. First point, courtesy of Jacqueline Baudouin.
That's a good decision by Queens. Jacqueline scored 20 points in the first half of the game yesterday, so it's important that she starts off well, that she's strong, and gets her team into a bit of an offensive rhythm.
Laurentian keeping the ball to the outside. Now they try to bring it down in the middle. Off the glass and in. A bounce shot, and things are even. So far, it's been cat and mouse, back and forth. On the quick break, here's what Queens wants. They want a running game. There's the shot, the foul, count it. There's 2, and 1 more to shoot for.
Good decision there by Heather. She took it to the hoop. Laurentian, as you can tell, is a bit of a taller team. I think they're going to be a bit slower, and it's going to be to Queen's advantage to really keep the pace going in the game, to really attack them and force some of their posts maybe to get into some foul problems.
Well, the posts were trying to stand tall and put the trees in the way, but looks like they found a lane and couldn't find the third shot. Keeping the ball in play was Queens, but right into the hands of the Laurentian players. Back comes Blackadder. Blackadder coming right down the pipe. Kicks out to the side. Cutting through the lane is Conway. Conway up and in. Conway good for two. Now Heather Box. Heather Box had the strong move. Shot for three. She got two already. Looking to double up on her total. Passes it down low into the hands of McDermott. McDermott spin shot up. And off of Laurentian and out of play. Sorry, off of Queens.
Here you're going to see Queens, I think, picking up early. They have really strong defensive guards. I think they're going to put some pressure on Laurentian, see if they can cause a couple turnovers early in the offensive play.
Right from the foul line. Up, but just wide is Conway. And, oh, stepping out of bounds underneath the basket is Queens. And there's a turnover, and that's exactly what Coach Campbell was worried about, was turnovers in their own zone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think both teams just have to calm down a bit. They have to get into a bit of a rhythm offensively. You can see that both teams are working hard defensively, and a lot of times it takes a couple minutes of defense to get your offensive game going.
Looked like they were trying to get into the hands of Eves. Now they're working to Who moves the ball over to Eves again. Looks like they're trying to find the cutter. But the cutter's being picked up fairly well by Queens right now. Driving hard to the lane is Eves. Eves up and good. Good power move by Eves.
That's great patience on the part of Laurentian. That's exactly what they need to do. They have a good offense. They're a disciplined team. They need to make sure that they use the full 30-second clock and get high percentage shots.
Well, it looks like Pratt's going to try and kick things off the top. Pratt gets the return ball outside the three-point line. Puts it into the hands of Baudouin. Baudouin tight. Lots of traffic collapsing on Baudouin. From the top, three-point Jackson misses out of play. Yeah, bit of a brick there.
Yeah, you don't see that very often from Jackson. She's got a 40% free throw or three-point shooting average during the regular season. So I think, once she gets her shot going, you'll see her hitting that three-point shot.
We got a offensive foul.
Yeah, that looked like an offensive foul away from the ball there on a screen, maybe moving screen.
Well, a good reach in there by Blackadder, but just couldn't keep control. Goes out of bounds. Queens gets another chance to inbound. Queens really like it when Baudouin carries the ball. They seem to like to give it to her a lot. Yeah,
absolutely. She's their point guard. She sets the pace. She's a mature player. She makes good decisions.
Well, down low, lots of defense there, but they can't get the ball. And reaching in, swatting it away was Blackadder. And they're saying off the knee of a Queens player, and Laurentian gets to inbound.
Seen early on there, I think Laurentian has a bit of an advantage on height, and I think the posts for Queens have to be a little more patient when they get rebounds. And if they don't have a good shot, just kick it out and start it again.
Oh, good muscle through. All the way back. Pratt kicks it off. Driving hard to the lane. Box. Can't get it to go. And covering up the ball was Eccles. And Eccles, one of the veterans on the Laurentian squad. Coach Wilson was looking for her for leadership. Said the veterans have played well so far. And they need those two veterans to be the backbone of that Laurentian squad.
Yeah, absolutely. Laurentian had an injury at the beginning of the season of one of their third-year players, and I think that hurt them a bit. They have a lot of rookies on their team, but the two veterans play well. Sean is a really strong player, and if she gets into the game early on, then I think she'll provide the leadership that they need.
Well, Conway in her fifth year. Sault Ste. Marie, ball up and just off the rim and out. Who can't get it to go into the hands of counterpart Baudouin, number 7. Jacqueline Baudouin, St. Thomas, Ontario. Trying to make the drive was Jackson. Jackson, tight defense. Now they got an open shot here for Baudouin. Baudouin takes it. Oh, bounces it off 2 rims. Out it goes. And back comes Laurentian. Well, Baudouin's hand was hot in the semifinal game yesterday, but she seems to have cooled off a little bit here early in this first quarter.
Yeah, I think it's tough, although that was a good decision, that shot of hers. It was within the offense.
Well, you saw Baudouin drive the lane, and that's what they wanted to do with hers. That she loves driving that lane. It's the shot that isn't as strong a percentage for her.
Absolutely.
Well, there's an open post player down low, and shot expires. The shot was taken, and I think foul given.
Yeah, you saw Queens there trying to change up their defense a bit. I think they're going to look to stay in a man-to-man, try to trap a bit as soon as the Laurentian crosses half, put a little pressure on their guards, and try and find the open man. And you see there, it worked in Laurentian's advantage. They got a good shot and a foul to boot.
So Eccles going to shoot. They didn't catch if it was a 1-and-1 or a 2-shot.
No, this should be a 2-shot foul.
Jill Eccles, Hudson, Quebec. Puts up, and one's good. And that puts them out in the lead. Laurentian has the guest status with the road jerseys here at Montpetit Hall. Of course, the Ottawa UGG is actually the home team here, but unfortunately they didn't make it this far. They got closer than everybody expected, though.
Yeah, no kidding. It's tough being an alumni of Ottawa myself, not seen it in the tournament, but it's nice that Ottawa can host. We always have good fan support, no doubt. The Carleton men's game as well will show some good fans in the Ottawa area.
Well, Baudouin again driving the hoop, picking up the fouls. Of course, we saw the men's game before this game. And this women's game we're hoping to be a thriller in Montpetit Hall. A big game from Montpetit.
Jacqueline's a good free throw shooter here. She shot 4 for 4 from the line yesterday. So for her, if she's getting fouled instead of taking shots on the floor, then I think that's to their advantage. Here we're going to see again Queens picking up defensively, trying to put some pressure on the guards, making it hard for them to start their offense.
Well, a nice long 3-shot. Oh, a little too much distance on that one. Goes off the far side rim.
Yeah, it looks like Conway, number 11, I think, is trying to rush it a bit. She's taken 2 quick 3-point shots, and doesn't look like her feet are set exactly the way she wants them to be.
Well, good pressure defense by Eccles. Still got the shot away, did Jackson, but didn't go. And now Laurentian gets another shot at it. They're trailing in this game by 1, 8-7, in favor of the Queen squad. Neil Turcotte along with Sue Snyder. And Adam Kaminsky, our host. Another one up and off the rim. Boy, both these teams seem a little tight.
Yeah, they are a little tight. Eccles, number 12, usually has a really good touch around the hoop. I think she just needs to calm down a bit and take her time taking those shots.
Lots of room for Baudouin. Step around. Shot. Oh, and what a beauty. There's what we expect from Jacqueline Baudouin.
Absolutely. Great shot. That's in her range. A little 15-foot jumper. And, if she's going to get that shot all game, then I think Queens is going to get off to a pretty good start.
Well, Adam Kaminsky, our host, former Queens ball player, had said that, Jacqueline has never met a shot she didn't like.
Well, that's the shooter's mentality for you. You just got to keep shooting, even if it doesn't go down the hoop sometimes. Well,
lots of rebounds tossed up off the glass, trying to go for the touch and in. And here comes Baudouin again. Drives hard, takes the steps, goes to the basket, picks up the foul. Blackadder with the foul on the play.
Absolutely, good job there. Jacqueline's pushing the ball. If she's going to go one-on-one against someone, then it's probably to her advantage. She's either going to make the shot or she's going to get fouled. So can't complain there. She's a good free throw shooter, and that's to Queen's advantage.
I think we got a timeout called here by Laurentian. And we found out, courtesy of Adam Kaminsky, that the woman official on the floor is Janice Deacon, a Queen's professor, and also refereed in the '96 Olympics. So Adam doing a little bit of hometown plug in there, former alma mater.
Absolutely. Janice ref the 4 years that I played at Ottawa U, and she's certainly a good but tough ref. I'll say that's for sure.
Oh, did you ever bite your tongue on that one? Oh, how politically correct of you, Susan Snyder.
Thank you. I'm doing my best
here. That
here.
was Susan Snyder. Email. No, just kidding.
No, Janice and Brian, I think by far, have done a great job reffing over the last few years, and they've obviously been selected to ref this game because of that. Both of them, they're going to let them play a good game, but at the same time, they're both pretty quick on the whistle. They're not going to let a lot of pushing and shoving going on early at the game. And but for the most part, I think the teams match up pretty well, and they're going to call the game probably pretty conservatively, and hopefully the reffing won't be an issue today.
Well, you always know it's a good game when you don't talk about the officials, so let's, no offense to Brian and Janice, but let's hope we never talk about them again.
That's right. Sounds good to me.
I know that I was talking to Brian at the banquet, and he was saying that he was looking forward to this game. He thought it could be an interesting game. If both teams got in the rhythm, he thought it could be a nice offensive struggle. We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, absolutely. The first game that these two played in regular season was a 3-point game up at Laurentian. Laurentian won by 3, as I said, and it was very offensive, back and forth. The second game of the regular season that these two teams met, Laurentian won again. More of a defensive game and lower scoring. So I'm not sure which would be more advantageous for either team. Laurentian has definitely come out ahead in the last 2 games, but you know, it's always a different ball game in the playoffs.
Well, Beaudoin goes 1 for 1 from the line, but Cressman with the O board picks it up and puts it down for 2, so a 3-point play off the foul. Kicked outside. Henry moves it down back low, and Eccles is good. Eccles seems to have found the range on that one.
Yeah, Laurentian posts aren't afraid of taking the shot right around that foul line. They have a good shot, and if they're open, then their coach tells them to go ahead and take it.
Well, Box calling the play. Calls the thumbs up play, whatever that is. I guess we're about to find out. Cressman tries to pass down the low, and it goes out of bounds. Inbounded quickly, and back comes Walker. Kate Walker, number 8 from Barrie. A couple of Barrie players, Eves and Walker. From Barrie, Ontario for the Laurentian squad. There's Walker with it again. Walker's got hard man press in front of her. Puts it in the hands of Eccles. Eccles moves it quickly to Henry, running out of time. Got 5 seconds on the shot clock. In the hands of Eccles. Eccles down low and picks up the foul, driving the hoop.
Tough call there, I gotta say, but she didn't make the shot, unfortunately. A couple free throws coming up.
We'll see. Eccles has been out there a while. I mean, we've seen substitutions fairly quickly on both. They've been substituting 2 on every break. And again, Queens making 2 subs and going to sit down for a rest. Much deserved is Jacqueline Beaudoin. She's been doing a lot of running up and down the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Queens, for the most part, has a pretty steady, 8-lady rotation. So I think you'll see their starters playing probably about 35 minutes a game at least. But they have a good support. They're in great shape. They run a fast game, so they're used to being, up in terms of how many minutes they're playing.
Well, Coach Wilson had said that the one thing he did like about his team is the depth. He says the team is fairly well balanced. He said through the top 8, and he can pretty much put anybody in and gets the same results. Now, I don't know if that's just the media quote that he has at the ready, but you have to think that there's something to be said for that. I'm sure he wouldn't lie to us.
No, absolutely. And I mean, you can see right now that they don't have their starters on, and their offense is running well.
Haven't missed a beat, really. Looks like the exact same production results.
Absolutely.
Different players.
I mean, usually when you're playing at, from a coaching perspective, if you can get your defensive people to come in and put in a few good minutes.
Steal by Jackson. Jackson down low. Oh, puts it hard off the glass as she was hacked at by Plummer going to the hoop. Sorry to cut you off there, Susan.
No, that's okay. I was just saying that the subs don't necessarily have to be shooting stars, but if they can come in and keep the pace of the game going and give the starters, a break so they can come back in with fresh legs, then they've done their job.
And 3 substitutions this time for Laurentian, and Beaudoin back in after a short break. Still, it's a tight game. It's only a 2-point game in favor of the Queens squad, 13-11.
Yeah, I mean, definitely both teams I don't think are quite in their offensive rhythm yet, although they're both running their offenses pretty well. But they're playing tough defense. You'll see some pushing and shoving and, just waiting for it to break open a bit, I think.
Well, both coaches wanted an up-and-down game and pressure defense, so looks like don't have to worry about playing your style of game because both teams playing the exact same style.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hard at the hoop, good for 2, and the third shot coming up.
Absolutely, great shot there. You can see the offense is working, backdoor cut, easy layup for 2 points.
Looks like they've changed the strategy in that last time out that they took because they were running the cutter up high, and now it looks like they're doing the down low on the baseline.
Yeah, I think what they're doing is they're trying to set up in a 1-4 offense now, and that kind of clears out the bottom of the key, and it gives the guards a little more room to drive.
3-point play. Who finishes? And so now we're all knotted up at 14s. Fox on the far side. Into Baudouin. Baudouin. Travis to Pratt. Pratt into the hands of McDermott. McDermott. Oh, gets it off the glass. Nice touch and in.
That was great execution there. You'll notice in the Queens offense, they play a high-low post game. So when the post gets it up at the top of the key, they have the option to shoot or to go ahead and drive.
Well, Kate Walker got a little fancy with the behind the back, almost lost it, maintained control. They got the shot away, but the rebound is taken, and the foul in the offensive zone. And I know, whether it's men's or ladies, you do not like to give up a foul in the offensive zone, and Dodsley guilty of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was just a frustration foul. She took a bit of a quick shot, lost the rebound, and then, you know, happens to the best of us. Take a frustration foul every once in a while.
Oh, you never got frustrated, though. You were always relaxed out there. I watched you play for a few years.
I tried to stay relaxed.
As relaxed as you were before this started. Excellent.
got it.
Okay. Pratt with it, dishes off. Gets it back. Looking to set up, Scott the lane, drives it, takes the shot, puts it up, off the rim, bounces out front, up to the big hands of Eves, 6'1". She's the tallest player out there. Oh, and Queens doesn't like that call. Now you got some coaching from the bench. Campbell, Women's Coach of the Year in the East.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of these coaches are going to be pretty vocal. I don't think either of them are the sit down on the chair and cross your legs and watch the game go by. So a little entertainment by the coaches never hurt anyone.
And it looks like, I think is it Tom Orphan, the other coach over there on Queen's bench? He's
yeah, Tim.
Tim,
yeah.
That's what I meant to say. Tim has been bouncing up and down. Every call, he's up and down, like an elevator.
Absolutely. These two guys have been coaching together for as long as I've been around basketball, so they obviously have a good system going.
Well, now Laurentian to the attack. Into the hands of Conway. Conway looking down low, tries to put it up underneath, but defending strong was McDermott. Kicked it out high. Here's the shot. Off and out. And Queens rebounds again. This time they hang on to it. Get into the hands of Baudouin. Baudouin stops, pops, and delivery just off to the right.
Just missed that shot, but we've seen her hit two right from that spot before, so I think if Laurentian is going to play off for a bit, then I think she should probably still keep taking that shot because it's going to fall, 50-60% of the time.
Well, right now she's been successful driving the lane. Her shot hasn't been as consistent, so Laurentian might be thinking of changing their strategy. We'll have to see as the game carries on, but running out of time, 5 seconds. Laurentian has to pull up, take the shot. There it is, off the hands, off a few hands. That's going to do it. There's the shot clock. Queens gets the ball.
Yeah, great defense there by Queens. They're playing tight defense. They're making it hard for them to pass the ball around. I think Laurentian is having a bit of a hard time executing their offense because Queens is doing a really good job of staying tight, being tough, muscling them up a bit, and forcing them to take some shots that might not be exactly what they're looking for.
Well, it looks like Jill Eccles for Laurentian is set to come back into the game. Her substitution very shortly. But in the meantime, it's Queens on the attack. There's a shot from the top, and finding the range is Jennifer Jackson.
Yeah, Jennifer's shooting percentage during the year, she's shooting at about 46%, I think, and averaging about 15 points. So she should definitely be someone we should keep an eye on.
There's Dodsley. Dodsley dishes off. And looks like who tried the spin move, and Baudouin picked up a foul.
Yeah, guards, it's always sometimes tough to keep your hands to yourself. I think Jacqueline just saw the ball before the spin move and decided to try for the steal.
I think that's called hook, line, and sinker.
You got it.
So Tierney Hu will inbound. 5'9" from Huntsville, Ontario.
Yeah, Tierney was awarded the Rookie of the Year this year for Ontario East at the awards banquet on Wednesday night. So even though Laurentian is full of rookies, obviously they have some really quality rookies. Tierney's a starter and has been putting up some really good statistics this season and has, I think, really matured as a player.
Well, Jill Eccles got the inbounds from Tierney, and she put it away for two. So first shift back into the game, she scores. So impact player for sure in this game.
Absolutely.
18-16 in favor of Queens. Queens on the attack, looking to increase their lead. Driving. Oh, gets the roll. Nice touch. Put it down. Queens scores another two. Casey Pratt. Tierney Hu. The Blackadder. The hands of Conway. Now Eves looking for an option. Tried to get to Eccles, but reaching in, I think, a little too adamantly was Cressman.
Yeah, Queens is credit them for their tough defense, but you definitely have to play smart. You don't want to get into a bonus situation too early in the game. Laurentian, their top 3 players are shooting over 80% in terms of their free throw shooting. So Queens, I mean, keep up the defensive intensity, but play smart, and that's probably what their coach is telling them now.
Well, it looks like Queen's squad has 5 fouls against, and Laurentian has 6.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been a pretty even game. Both teams offensively are looking to start their offense up a bit higher. They're both starting in a 1-4 set, which allows their posts to clear out the bottom a bit and allows the guards a little more room, I think, to drive and look for a little more screen and roll.
Does that mean that maybe the coaches don't have the confidence in the ball movement, or are they saying the defense is too tight? Because it seems like they're both wanting ball carrying instead of passing around. Because we saw yesterday's games, there's a lot more ball movement. This has all been driving the hoop pretty much.
Yeah, I think so. And I think part of the problem is, the posts look fairly evenly matched for these two teams. And if they're not having a big impact on the game, then you might as well pull them out of the bottom and see if you can open up some things for the guards. So. I think they're just trying to look for ways to get their team offensively into a bit more of a groove, give the guards some ball, try a little more freedom in terms of driving and shooting.
Blackadder, top of the key, goes to her left, dishes down low to Conway. Conway trying to get to Eccles, decides to move it up top to Eves. Eves into Who. Who can't hang on to the pass, a little too hot for her, and into the hands of Box. Box, the PEI native. You have to say something about Dave Wilson's recruiting techniques, as he's got people from PEI, Nova Scotia, and BC. He's got one coast to the other.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a credit to Dave, and also a credit to the quality of the school. I think Queens is a popular university to go to. They have a great academic program, so as a coach, it makes it a bit easier to try and convince girls to come to your school when you've got such a great academic reputation. And
Coach Wilson decided to have a few words with Janice Deacon, the official, as she walked away thinking that they had to go off a Laurentian hand and out of play. And hard to argue from this point.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sure looked like that. But angle is everything when deciding that, and there's a good angle as the shot from Laurentian, and nobody in her face taking the clean shot was Eves.
Absolutely, great shot. We'll take that anytime.
Boy, this has been a tight game. Biggest spread has been 4 points, and it didn't last very long.
Yeah.
We're back to within 1. Queens leading 2019 here at Montpetit Hall. Here's a shot looking to expand the lead. No, can't get it to happen. Eccles comes up with it. Quick pass ahead to Conway. Conway slows things down. Wait for the setup. Eves dishes off to Eccles. Eccles takes the shot. It's off the far rim, comes back to her. She jumps in, and looks like we got a jump ball coming up as wrestling for it was Conway. And is that Bodway in there with her?
Yeah, I think so. You see number 11 for Laurentian, Shauna Conway, displaying a bit of the reason why I think she was chosen MVP of the league. She's a great shooter, over 40% three-point shooter and from the floor, and she's also a really good rebounder. So shows that she's she's a tough player, that she's in the game. Whether or not her shot's on or not, she's still going to have an impact.
And there's the advantage possession rule, where in the case of a jump ball, it was Laurentian's turn to get the ball, so they inbounded from the baseline. Shot from just inside the three-point line, doesn't go. And he's not happy with herself. She got her head down coming back. You see she's a little disappointed. Maybe the confidence starting to wane a little.
Yeah,
she hasn't made many shots.
It could be confidence, or she just might be a little tired, I think. She looks like she's huffing and puffing a bit out there. So whenever you see that, it usually means your shot's going to be a little short.
Well, speed game on there. Is that a charge? No, they're saying that's a block. Moving block counts the basket. Shooting one. Well, I think our man on the floor, Adam Kaminsky's got an update for us. Adam?
Coming up at the half, Jennifer Brenning, the coordinator of programs here at Ottawa U, will be in the environment for a little interview. Until then, let's get the last 4 minutes and 21 seconds from Neil Turcotte.
Thanks, Adam. Sue Snyder also joining us here at the table. Look forward to Jill's comments, or Jennifer's comments at the break. 4 minutes left to go. 3-point lead for Queens. 22-19 is the score. Driving the hoop, trying to close the distance. Oh, nice spin off the glass by Blackadder. Blackadder from Cornwall. Fox has it on the far side. Long pass. Ran nicely to Pratt. Pratt back to Box. Box has time. Takes the three. Oh! Double bounce. Rebound there. Picked up nicely by Cressman. Cressman down low. And they get it to roll. Took a while, but Hansen following up. Andrea Hansen gets the point.
Great offense there by Queens. You can see that they're really digging in. Even if they're not making their first shot, they're working hard to get the rebound and giving them a second opportunity to put the ball in the hoop.
Driving the lane is Conway. Conway gets it up. And that's going to be shooting 2 probably.
Yeah, that was a nice move by Shauna. She really needs to get her legs in the game. Took it off on her left hand, came back and shot with her right. That's a strong shot for her. She was inside the foul line, and I think her free throw percentage is about 86% for the season. So this is high percentage for her.
Well, Cressman sits down and McDermott comes back in. Oh, first shot just off the rim. Conway not getting set. Just puts it off to the side. They have another shot at it though. Trying to salvage one. It's up. Oh, in and out.
Yeah, you don't see that very often from Shauna. It might be a bit of an indication of her nerves right now.
Or maybe a little too much fabric softener in her uniform. Just a little too much bounce on that one.
You never know.
Up around the horn is Baudouin. Baudouin slowly takes it down low on the far side. Decides to cut in the middle versus the flow. Goes into double coverage, puts the shot up, and off a couple of Laurentian players and out of play. Eves to inbound. Eves gets it to Blackadder. Blackadder looking to the baseline. A little stunt by Conway. Conway out in the corner. Get it into Eccles. Eccles trying to muscle back in. And Eccles backs it up and puts it off the glass and in. Strong physical play by Eccles.
Absolutely. She's got a great touch around the hoop. You could see Queens tried to double her there, and she stepped right through it. So they're going to have to do a better job with her if you know, they're going to keep her off the boards, because it looks like she's really starting to feel it tonight. Well,
she's 6'1". There's only one other person that can play at her height, and that's Cressman and Gooday. They're both 6'1", and they're not really matching up with her right now, so we'll see if they can put the size in her way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Weight advantage definitely to Eccles. Chris, it's funny, they don't list the weights for the females.
No.
Now, why is that, Susan?
I think women are a little more sensitive about their weight, so...
what happened to this equal right stuff? Come on.
There's no need for weights to be put on a roster. That's my theory, and I'll stick with it.
Yeah, actually, I should go for that, too. I don't know what happened. Pratt drives the lane. Going strong to the hoop was McDermott. McDermott gets another shot at it. She gets it. And the foul. Shooting will be Aaron McDermott from Windsor, Nova Scotia. Saw the Windsor, didn't notice the Nova Scotia after it there.
Yeah, is there a Windsor, Nova Scotia? Or is that just a typo?
I don't know. Maybe it's a typo.
You learn something new every day.
I know there's an Ottawa in New York. Does that mean anything? Oh, there's a nice swish. Nothing but net for Aaron McDermott.
Yeah, I think that Queens is definitely starting to get a bit more into their offensive groove. You can see that they're getting different people shooting and taking some foul shots. The more people you get involved in the offense, the better.
Aaron McDermott gets her own rebound. Good read off the back part of the rim. Jumped right on that loose ball. And Queens maintains possession with a full 30 shot. They got time to work it around. Baudouin, quick pass. And now Casey Pratt. Back to McDermott. McDermott to Baudouin. Baudouin looking for a lane. And I thought about driving the lane. Decided to pass it off and throwing up a break in the shot. And they're saying that the shot clock ran out before possession.
Yeah, credit that to Laurentian's great defense there. They stayed tough. Queens couldn't really get much of an opening.
I noticed that Laurentian played, they had two post players down low, and then they decided that when Baudouin started to drive the lane, they just both dropped back. And so essentially you had like a 3-on-1 situation down there.
Yeah, what you want to do defensively is you always want to drop to wherever the line of the ball is. So as you saw, Jacqueline drove down towards the baseline. As she drives down, the rest of the defensive players should stay within kind of the line of the ball on her part. So I mean, that's good defensive on their part. You know, if Jacqueline decides to kick it out across court, then they just have to recover and you know, good solid defense there. And there's nothing more rewarding, you know, as a defensive player than getting a 30-second shot clock violation. So.
And also too, I think that in the case of Queens, when you really have to say that both teams want to play a speed game, but Queens has the edge in speed, and in that case, when you take away the speed, you stop the run.
Absolutely.
And in that case, you move the ball around so they don't have to worry about the player beating them down low. Because if they're one step further up, then Baudouin's got the lane.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the quicker the pace of this game, I think, is to Queen's advantage. And you saw there when they were trying to run their offense, they got bogged down, I think, a bit by the height of Laurentian down low on the baseline. And at the offensive end, you can see Laurentian, Eccles has been doing really well offensively for them. And I think it's to her advantage to keep putting shots up and to keep working hard to get the rebound. You can see Queens coming out of the timeout, picking up full court. Maybe they're looking to put a little more pressure on Laurentian.
Only 2 possessions left in this quarter, and shot from the outside and just inside the 3-point line. That's only going to be a 2, but still, that was a nice shot by Megan Eves.
That's a good shot. Megan's hit a couple good shots in this half, and you know, it's to her credit that she's taking shots within the offense and knocking them down, and that's what Laurentian needs their players to do. You know, whether or not it's their all-stars or some of their other role players.
Well, there's about 7 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and turnover, 15 seconds left. And looking back at the clock, wise play by Shauna Conway. She knew the time was winding down. Look to see how much time they had. So 30 is out, and they've got about 5 seconds left to go. They're going to have to take the shot right here. It's up and off the rim, far side, and there it is. That wraps up our first quarter, 27-25, and I think that's Laurentian's first lead since about the opening couple of minutes.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, they've both played great games. You know, I think this one's going to go right down to the buzzer.
Well, that's a interesting, definitely first period, and so now we go back to Adam Kamensky as it doesn't have a camera ready yet, so I think we'll just have to hang on a few seconds. I'll tell you what, we'll give him a little more time. Why don't we go to a break, and then we'll come back. So from Montpetit Hall, you're watching OU East Playdowns. This is the women's final. Queens is trailing by 2. We'll be back after this.
Welcome back to Montpetit Hall. Halftime here of the OUA East Women's Basketball Championship. The Laurentian Lady Vs lead 27-25. I'm joined by a special halftime guest, Jennifer Brenning, the coordinator of programs here at Ottawa U, and also a second hat, you're the chairwoman of the organizing committee for this OUA East Championship. First question, now all the planning is now in action. How is it to see the games actually taking place?
Actually, it was a lot of work by a lot of volunteers and from the local community and student staff. So we've been putting a lot of work into it, and it's great. Everything's just ticking along. It's gone off very nicely.
Obviously, a little disappointment in that there's no University of Ottawa teams here, but there are some Ottawa area teams. How has that been, I guess, for attendance and for excitement in the Ottawa area?
Well, it's a real bonus having 2 universities in the city of Ottawa, particularly since we're not in it. Having Carleton in it has made a huge difference in terms of media support and fan support. Last night we had a full house. We're expecting a sold-out crowd tonight, so that makes a huge difference for us. So it's great to have Carleton in the tournament.
Well, and looking at the Ottawa U programs more closely, the university's women's basketball team has lost one coach, Rob Anderson. Now you're looking at in a search committee. Where do you guys stand as far as replacing that coach?
Well, we've sent out for a national search. We're down to shortlisting candidates who we'll probably be interviewing in the next 2 weeks. And we hope to have a candidate in place by April before the student athletes leave for the break.
And in other coaching news, a big story here in Ottawa, head coach of the Vanier Cup winning University of Ottawa GG's football team, Marcel Bellefeuille, has moved on to Saskatchewan. not the university, the Saskatchewan Roughriders of the CFL. Where does that leave you and your program?
It's a huge loss for the University of Ottawa and our football program. He brought that program together, brought it stability, brought it to the next level, winning the Vanier Cup. We're very sad to see Marcel leave, not only a very hard worker, but a friend and colleague. He's gone to pursue, obviously, his professional dream. So we're looking at creating stability within the coaching staff, the existing coaching staff on an interim basis, and possibly after this season going out for a national search in January 2002.
I guess in better news than looking for coaches, the one thing you do have is a wonderful new facility. We're not in it right now at Montpetit Hall, but just down the road, the workout facility, hockey rinks. What has it meant to, I guess, the overall athletic department of Ottawa U to have such a great facility available?
Actually, it's a dream come true for the staff and the University of Ottawa to have that brand new complex. We used to skate out of the old barn. I don't know if you knew that, the Minto rink. We didn't have good facilities. It wasn't adequate to facilitate and host our programs. So the new complex, we have our capability to host our competitive programs, our intramural programs. So it's great in that respect as well. We have an opportunity to invite the community in, and it's great access for the community with the Health and Lifestyle Center and the rental of our ice facilities.
Well, just to touch on something quickly, what facilities are there in that place?
We have 2 ice surfaces. We're going to have a field turf, football, soccer field, and we have an 8,000 square foot health and lifestyle fitness center.
So exciting times here at Ottawa U. An exciting game. Thank you very much for joining us, Jennifer. As far as the game, 27-25, the Laurentian Lady Vs lead the Queens Golden Gales. We'll be right back with the play of the half and the second half with Neil Turcotte. You're watching OUA basketball on Rogers Television.
Cellular phone service for this production is provided by Rogers AT&T Wireless. Rogers AT&T Wireless, a proud sponsor of community television.
And we are back at Montpetit Hall. Neil Turcotte along with Sue Snyder and Adam Kaminsky, our host, who tossed at the break. And you know, that first half took a long time to get started for both squads, but eventually we got something happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a pretty good first half. You know, it was a pretty close game. It's a 2-point game. I think I don't think either team did a great job of getting their really all-stars, you know, focused and in the game. I think Shauna had a bit of a hard time getting her shot off, but at the same time, that's a credit to the defense of Queens. You know, they're obviously prepared for the fact that she's their big player, and you know, hoping that if they shut her down, that the team will kind of stop going.
Coach Sean Campbell, you just saw him walk out of the screen there. He was saying that his impression after the first half is that they got to get more offensive boards, and that we have the play of the period queued up. One of his players, Jill Eccles, number 12, carrying the play. Watch her coming out of the right of your screen to the top of the key. There's the pass from Henry, and look at the time she's got.
That's great. I mean, that's a great shot. It's a kind of a good example of the versatility of Eccles. I mean, we've seen her in the low post, you know, good post move, good fundamentals, good footwork. And it also shows, I mean, that's a credit to her hard work. She's shooting her shots. And, I mean, it's a good job of Laurentian making sure that she's getting the shots that she can make.
Well, and she gets credited with our play of the period, as you just saw. And now Queens take the shot from the side. Another couple of rims. And off the far side, but this time the offensive board taken by Baudouin. Baudouin to Box. Box and Baudouin in tight proximity, pass it back and forth. Now they substitute in, get Pratt involved. Pratt gives it back to Box. Now Jackson with the shot off the front of the rim, but makes a good move to get to the O board, picks up the ball, doesn't have much to shoot at, so she puts it up, off the rim, goes in again, and this time Eccles takes control, and the big number 12, Jill Eccles, showing her dominance underneath the glass.
Yeah, that's a bit of a tough pill to swallow. I mean, there's nothing worse than having the team come out you know, if you're Laurentian and have him get 3 offensive boards right off the top, when obviously, as you just mentioned, he's talked to his teams about rebounds and the importance of rebounds. So, you know, I think Laurentian's going to have to tighten up a bit in terms of their defensive rebounding.
Well, Jill Eccles, some tough pressure D, puts up the shot, and I think that was more of a draw the foul kind of shot than it was the actual score the hoop. And mission accomplished. And Campbell's wound up already. He's not too pleased with something. Looking a little tense over there.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a tight ball game, and I think we're going to see both of these coaches do some pacing and some yelling and some screaming. And, you know, I'm sure as a player you kind of get used to it. It's never nice to hear your coach yell, but, you know, they're just getting into the game. You know, and it's the head coach's job to talk to the refs. The assistant coaches aren't technically allowed to talk to them, and you know, so it's their role to make sure the refs are doing their job, and to make sure that if they think a call's been missed, you know, that they go ahead and tell them.
Eccles sunk her first one, and the second one is good. A couple of bounces and in, little pinball shot, but it's good. You count them any way you can. And for the first time, Laurentian is up by 4. Queens had a 4-point lead in the first half. Laurentian now 29-25 up on Queens. Laurentian wearing the yellow, Queens wearing the white. Baudouin stops, pops, and is good for 2. Jacqueline Baudouin puts another 2 up on her side of the score sheet.
Yeah, that was a good shot. I mean, you can see that Laurentian's trying to switch off of the screens defensively, so Jacqueline took advantage of that. She realized that she could get a bit of a quick step around the post that switched off on her defensively, and took a good shot there.
Now trying to swing it off to Eccles. Eccles, 2-man coverage. Pops it. Whoa, there's a big air ball. A little too much energy on that pass. As soon as she let it go, she knew she'd put too much oomph on that pass.
Absolutely. You know, we're back in the second half now, and you know, it's tough after you've been sitting down for a couple minutes listening to your coach talk. So I mean, that's okay. That's going to happen. I don't think turnovers have been a huge factor in the game today. Both teams have done a pretty good job of taking care of the ball.
And that was one of the concerns of Campbell off the start with the 7 rookies. But I think his 7 rookies have played really well. After about the first 5 minutes, they settled into a rhythm. And that's what you said. It all depends how the first 5 minutes go. And they got past that pretty much unscathed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the biggest concern, I think, with coaches putting rookies on the floor is turnovers. So, you know, if your rookies are playing solid, you know, and they're making good passes, they're taking some good shots, and they're taking care of the ball, then I think they're doing what you need them to do.
Oh, Blackadder to Eccles. Eccles to Who. Who in the hands of Blackadder. Blackadder tries to go down a pipe off to Who. Who thought about the shot, didn't have much time. Good closing time. There's the shot off the rim just in time. His time was running out. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Back the other way, the Speedy Pratt. Dish off, rolled in, Heather Box with the uncontested deuce.
Yeah, great transition there by Queens. You know, we've said this before, but they want to keep pushing the ball. They have, I think, an advantage in terms of speed, and, you know, fast break points are high percentage.
Well, we are knotted up. We've seen the leads evaporate very quickly in this game, and now Laurentian trying to build up another lead. Eccles, little give and go with Blackadder. Blackadder tosses it up to Eves. Eves, nice long arc on that shot, but a little too deep. And here comes the fast break for Queens. They got essentially a 4-on-2. Depends what Baudouin does. Baudouin wants to take it all the way. Kicks it out to Box. Box with the 3. And it's, just up and over. And foul being called, and I'm thinking it's going against Laurentian.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was probably a bit of a holding foul there, down low, fighting for the board. Great job.
My clue was Campbell being upset, actually, so.
Yeah, exactly.
I just go with his reaction. Then I know who it's against if I'm not sure.
Great job. I mean, you can tell by the way Queens is playing that their coaches obviously as well, you know, emphasize the fact that they need to get some offensive boards. Great
what a
rejection.
stuff. Underneath, Megan Eves puts up the mitt and says, "Get that out of my house."
Good for her, you know, she was the one who fouled and kind of gave him the ball back, and, you know, nothing better than seeing her get back into the game defensively.
And considering that's the first block we've seen of the game, she's holding that on her. That's a proud moment, I'm sure. If they can pull this game off, all blocks will be for naught if they don't win the game. Doesn't matter what you do individually, it's what the team accomplishes. And both coaches know that that's important. In basketball, it tends to be sometimes a soloist sport, but in this case, I think both teams rely very heavily on a team concept.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think Queens maybe more so than Laurentian, since Shauna Conway, number 11 for Laurentian, has throughout the year been a fairly dominant player, whereas Queens has 3 players who, you know, I think aren't necessarily interchangeable, but who definitely are the leaders on the team. So, you know, really important here for Laurentian to start, you know, supporting the team, and let's see some people other than Eccles and Seanway taking some shots. You got to make sure everyone, gets a feel for the ball, because down the hoop, down the stretch, they're certainly going to start guarding the good players a little more closely.
Well, Megan Eves hit 2 of her free throws, and Queens now looking to answer as they trail by 2. Ball is out of bounds. Didn't see a signal from the officials, but I guess it's going to be Laurentian ball. Oh, maybe not. It's going to be Queens ball. I just saw a Laurentian player go over to the ball because they were discussing with the ref. Must have been one of those possession things, because the possession clock is now changed, or indicator on the clock, I should say. Beaudoin thought about the shot, faked it, dished it off the near side of the rim, trying to get underneath McDermott. McDermott kicks it back out, and in there to pick up a loose ball is Pratt. Pratt has boxed down to the side, gets it to her by McDermott. Back in again, trying to come to the top is Pratt. Not much penetration from Queens. They're working the outside. There's the big long shot. Oh, and the three-pointer doesn't go. We've only seen 3 three-pointers attempted. Nothing has sunk.
Yeah, I don't think Queens was shooting the ball really, really well yesterday, and I don't think they're shooting the ball quite as well today. They look like they're pulling back on some of their shots, or maybe their legs are a bit tired.
That's interesting. Seems to me like Casey Pratt's going to get called with the blocking foul. And not too clear on the rules exactly, but it sure looked like her feet were planted.
Yeah, but a lot of times if the ref thinks that you've pushed the body into the player, they're gonna call it for the offensive player as opposed to calling an offensive charge. So I think Eccles did a good job there. She saw that she had a bit of a height advantage. She decided to go up strong with the shot, and obviously according to Janice, she got knocked around a bit.
Well, Eccles has been solid from the free throw line. I believe that's her 5th. And shooting her 6th right now, as she is definitely comfortable up in that area, despite what her stance may look like.
Yeah, absolutely, but shooting foul shots I think is what separates the good teams from the mediocre teams. If you look at the top teams in this tournament, they're going to have a team shooting average from the free throw line at about 80%. So it's important, especially in a game as close as this, to make sure that your team is shooting your foul shots.
Well, what a nice bump and run by Jacqueline Beaudoin, just pushing the Laurentian defender back underneath the basket. I think that was Caitlin Blackadder that got abused down there. And now Laurentian trying to mount back. It is a 1-point game in favor of Laurentian. Laurentian got the lead at the half and have held on to it. It's been tied twice, but they haven't trailed yet. And they're trying to get that lead, a little more breathing room. But the defensive board by Queens, and here's their opportunity to get that lead back. They've surrendered it for about, it looks like about 6 minutes now since they've been in the lead. They led early in the game and often, but not by much. 4-point spreads have been the biggest swing. There's a hard outlet pass. Pratt got a grab of that one. Brought it down, moved it into Hansen. Hansen dished off. Driving is Cressman. Cressman puts it up and in. Cressman with the deuce.
Great decision there. She saw the defensive player take a bit of a step up, dished it off, and that allowed Queens to get around on the baseline for a good shot.
Blackadder brought it up the floor. Gives it to Conway. Conway back to Blackadder. Fakes the shot. Move it over to Eccles. Eccles fakes the shot. Not really that convincing. And who was that? That was Cressman that got called with the foul?
Yeah, I think you're right, number 13.
Third personal on Cressman, and they're going to need her size in there. They can't afford to get her in foul trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Queens is a little less deep in terms of how tall their posts are. And, we've seen Eccles on Laurentian pretty much have her way in the post in terms of offensively. So it's definitely going to be a big problem for Queens if they start losing their tall girls.
I think they're trying to spring out to the near side. Go Laurentian. Laurentian looking for a transition play through the middle. I think they wanted to get to Eccles, but don't have the screen set up. Driving hard. Kicked out to Plummer. Plummer works the spin. Ball getting away from her little. Dishes off to Eccles. 10 seconds left on the shot. And it's stolen by Queens. Look at the quick break. Here goes Beaudoin all alone. Got time, puts it up, rolls it in, the easy deuce. Beaudoin doesn't miss many of those, and that is a key swing. And Timeout taken by Laurentian, and rightly so, as Queens has just been battling, staying in there, hanging in, and they've eaten away the lead, and now they've moved into a 3-point lead, 35-32. Timeout, Laurentian.
Yeah, I mean, great start to the second half. I think Laurentian could do a bit better job of reading the defense in terms of Queens. You can see here Jacqueline Baudouin. This is a good example of her kind of breakout speed and the fact that Queens has a bit of an advantage in the open court, I think, on the fast break.
Well, I definitely saw the pick and roll, and she started about 3 people deep on that fast break, and by the halfway point, she was all alone, and she took a roundabout route. You can see the lane she wanted to take. She went over to the right side, curled it in. It's like, okay, this is practice.
Yeah.
There's my lane.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice
She's doing a
composure.
great job, and you know, showing a bit why she was also selected to the All-Star team for the Ontario East. Jacqueline, I think, is averaging about 15 points a game. She's got a really good shooting percentage. She's a mature player for Queens, and she's having a good game. I mean, she's keeping her team in it. She's intense. She's working hard on the boards, and you'll notice too, she also, for the most part, has the responsibility of guarding Conway for Laurentian. So she's doing great things both offensively and defensively for her team.
Well, the home side Queens has got 4 fouls in this half. Laurentian's only managed to pick up 1 so far. 13-17 left to play. And this has been nip and tuck the whole way. On to the offensive side is Laurentian. Get a bit of a screen. Dish it off to Henry. Henry outlets it to Hu. Tierney Hu dumps it off to Plummer. Plummer looking for someone to give it to on the return pass. Got nobody. Good D. Oh, good job. Blackadder getting open. Drives the lane. Puts it up. Oh, and the roll just to the right. And good rebound. Picks it up off the baseline. Kicks it again. New 30. Well, that was a hard charge in there by Hu, and she got away with it.
Yeah, that was a tough shot, but you know, can't complain if you're going to finish around the hoop. Great shot.
Oh, speaking of finishers, Baudouin, the killer.
Great response by Queens. You got to make sure you come back right at it if you get scored on.
Well, it looks like Baudouin still got the legs, as Laurentian can't seem to keep up with her once she picks up that ball. Plummer tries the 3 big steps, gets it off the back and in off the rim. Plummer picks up. Plummer's been fighting hard for points. She hasn't had many opportunities, but she finished that one.
Yeah, she's doing a great job, and it looks like the pace of the game, as we expected, is picking up a bit. It looks like the girls are kind of getting used to the fact that they're played in a championship game and you know, taking some good shots and making them.
Oh, Baudouin not happy. She thought that she went up for the foul, or went up for the shot and got fouled up in the air. And Wilson is not happy. And you can see referee Brian White. That's Campbell. Campbell's not happy either. I just don't think he's happy at any point. You can see there's Coach Wilson. And Coach Wilson is some upset. And he's talking to White right now. Referee White, though, what I like about a referee, though, is he lets the coach talk to him.
Yeah,
Doesn't
absolutely.